Swoosh! Swoosh! Man, for my whole life, I've always wanted to have my own swoosh. Swoosh! That felt good. Hey, everybody, I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. And I'd like to bring on my co-host, Michael.
And we're going to go ahead and bring it hot. Like,
here we go, man. Here we go. Monday through Friday. Today is Friday. Monday through Friday, the number one news station in all the world. The number one biker news station is Black Dragon and Mike Ball, giving it to you raw, uncut, and the real deal. Hey, we ain't messing around. You can get us on Spreaker. You can get us on the Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, and every place where you get your podcast. We're just here for you. So like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe with Mike Ball and Black Dragon. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so the energy was absolutely there, but your internet was not there either. So hey,
did the internet lag? The internet lag?
Oh shit! No. So you just went partial out for just half a second for a couple of parts. So it wasn't like you did your big lag. You know what I mean? Listen, guys, we just reset his entire router, his whole system. We're really trying to do our due diligence here. You know, so it's rough. It's rough. I understand the internet issues. I've been dealing with it for 16 years as a live streamer myself, and I remember when Dragon has been like going, I'm not going to live stream anymore. I'm not going to do it, and I'm like, listen, that will be the biggest mistake. That would be the biggest mistake. You got to keep it live.
So that's what we're doing. We're keeping it live. Man, today's news story is really effed up, bro.
Yeah, this is something that's going to make a lot of people irate.
Do you hear the sound in my background?
I absolutely do.
Hold on, let me go turn off the freaking ice machine. Hold on.
Oh no, I thought you meant I didn't hear that. Okay, well, I was hearing the music. That's what I thought he was referring to. So you guys are going to be irate with what's going on. As you guys see the title, armed bandidos arrested during a traffic stop. It is obviously self-explanatory, but we have the entire details. As I guess as much details as possible, right? It's sad, man, because I don't want to give away too much, but when you are attached to an organization, they look at you like you're some evil entity, and that we're just out here trying to become cold blood killers, and it's sad. There we go.
Plus I'm lagging the hell out. It kicked my whole. Did you kick me off, or did it kick me off?
No, I kicked you down.
Okay, good. Thanks. So, and that's why I have you, because we do those things. Man, guess what? Today's story is so effed up. It's effed up because the being part of an organization. If the police deem you to be in an outlaw motorcycle gang, they do things to you that they don't do to me and you and people that are not considered to be in outlaw motorcycle gangs. Or if you're attached to an outlaw motorcycle gang, like such, you're part of the family, like you're in a support club or something. And this is what has happened to this unfortunate biker who happens to be a member, I believe, full patch brother of the mighty Bandidos Motorcycle Club Nation.
Right.
And can you imagine just being arrested? So your club was Los Ensaños? Was that the name of it?
Yeah, I remember. Trying to remember.
Just imagine somebody pulled up and saw your colors and said, "Ha, you're going to jail."
Right. They're just going.
Imagine somebody said, "Hey, Black Dragon, Black Sabbath, you're going to jail." That's what happened to this poor guy. Kinda. And so the story is here. Bang.
So look, and real quick before you get into it, look at what Pablo says here. Texas has constitutional carry. So I want people to.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They don't have it fully yet? Okay, wait.
They don't have constitutional carrier. They don't have constitutional carry. If you're a gang member, you don't get no constitutional carry. Now, who is not supposed to have constitutional carry is
felons.
Women beaters who committed domestic violence.
Violence in general.
Felons. Immigrants, people that are not part of the country.
We can't track them.
If you have been court-martialed in the military. Those are the things. Man, you're freezing up too, Mike. To me, I'm watching you freeze up too.
No, I'm
so
good.
These are the things that are things that, and then these are people who get their and crazy people. Got to add crazy.
Right. The people that are mentally insane. Yes.
These are the people that have been decided to not have their rights, and now there's a new class, and that's people that belong to gangs. Now, in this situation, and belonging to a gang, you haven't particularly done anything wrong. You just belong. Guilt by association. Guilt by association is crazy. Are you serious?
Right.
I'm guilty because of who I associate with. I've committed no crime.
It's evil.
And that's kind of what this story is. Didn't police arrest armed Bandidos gang member? First of all, look how crazy this story is. Armed Bandidos gang member in a traffic stop, the report says. Armed Bandito gang member. Like, you got this guy sounding like he's getting ready to go, commit a crime or something. He's an armed Bandito gang member. Like, they just throw that around like that. This is horrible. Because if people see, if this is the kind of stuff that the media puts out like this, and so what is a person thinking that sitting at home? Oh, they got an armed Bandito gang member. This guy happens to be really a member of the Bandidos motorcycle club that's riding down the street.
Do me a favor. Pause that ad in the bottom right. It's just going over and over and over and over. And we can hear it. Cool.
So is that it? That's good? Okay. So Denton police arrested a 31-year-old motorcycle gang member Tuesday on a charge of unlawfully possessing a handgun, according to a police report. At about 10:58 p.m., the report states an officer observed two motorcyclists weaving through traffic without using their turn signals. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the motorcycles in the 1700 block of West University Drive. Okay. The driver of the 2020 Harley-Davidson bike wore a leather vest with the word Bandidos written across it, according to the report. The report states the driver admitted he was carrying a firearm, and the officer located a 9mm handgun in a holster on the man's belt. A search of the driver's name in a national criminal database returned results that indicated he is a criminal gang member, according to the report. The officer arrested the man without incident. He was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a gang member. Texas law prohibits members of criminal street gangs from carrying handguns in some circumstances, such as in a vehicle. The Bandidos Motorcycle Club is, and now here's where we trash the Bandidos. The Bandidos Motorcycle Club is an outlaw motorcycle club that formed in San Leon in 1966, and members have been implicated in numerous criminal cases around the United States of America. It doesn't say that he was has been implicated in numerous criminal cases around the United States of America. It doesn't say that he committed numerous criminal crimes around the United States of America, and it doesn't say that he did anything wrong other than weave through traffic. Then they go further to trash the Bandidos. One example is a 2015 shootout at Twin Peaks restaurant in Waco. where the Bandidos and other outlaw motorcycle clubs had gathered. 9 people were killed in the shootout with law enforcement. There was no shootout with law enforcement.
Wow.
There was law enforcement executing an execution. There was law enforcement shooting a whole bunch of people up. If law enforcement was up on the roofs and stuff with snipers shooting down, what shootout was there with law enforcement?
That is insane how they are tying that.
I'm just curious where the shootout with law enforcement happened.
Yeah, well, you know what? If they're gonna make claims like this and do all that, you know, they're so willing to show all that body cam footage in court and stuff. Bring up the footage.
Oh no, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. And the reason that they didn't do that is because it would have shown who actually did the killing.
Right.
So there never was a case. There was never a trial case. It never happened. And I think they say that here. A total of 155 bikers were indicted on charges of organized crime. Hey, they were indicted on all kinds of things and all put in jail with no bail.
No
Zero
bail.
No bail. Zero bail. For the longest time. They were put in jail with zero bail. And I just can't even imagine how many lost jobs, careers, how many were put in financial straits where they couldn't pay their rent, how many lost homes, how many lost mortgages.
Because the truth is most Americans right now are one paycheck away from losing everything. That's the truth. You know what I mean? We're not sitting here invincible on all of this. A lot of us, we make livings out here, and then you unnecessarily put us on a gang force.
First of all, to put all those people in jail without any bail for a long time. Some of those people are in jail for a long time without any bail, to wind up having to give them all bail. And it says right here in the article, and correctly so, that eventually all charges were dropped. Charges were dropped.
Mm-hmm. Right here. Of course they were, but how long did they have to wait?
That's a clickable link. Let's see. Oh,
the key is how long did they have to wait?
I don't know, but I think that case went on for about at least a year.
Oh, I'd sue the hell out of them.
I don't know if anybody sued or not, but they weren't able to. So I want to point out a few things in this story. The officer conducted a traffic stop. The driver, a 2020 Harley-Davidson biker, he wore a leather vest with the word Bandidos written across it. Now, the report states that the driver, or we call the rider, admitted he was carrying a firearm. Why would you admit that you're carrying a firearm in Texas? Why would you just come out and say, oh, I've got a firearm on me? Why? Do you know?
Do you know why?
I'm asking, do you know? I know why.
Okay. I think first of all, if you're carrying, you need to let the officer know that you have a firearm.
Why do you need to let the officer know that?
I believe that's the law. I believe that's the law, and it's for his protection.
Where is that the law at? That's not the law here in Georgia.
See, I don't know. This is something that I know in California. Anyway,
it is the law in California, in Texas. If you're carrying in Texas, you're supposed to say and this I know because when I travel across. So if you have a concealed carry permit in one state and you're going to travel across other states, you better know the laws in those other states. So they got this one channel called page called Reciprocal Carry. I think it's the USCW, something like that. Maybe it's the NRA. Somebody has this page. And you go to the page and you see where your concealed carry permit is good at, all the states it's good in. And then you go to each one of those states that you're going to be riding your motorcycle across, and you look and see what the laws are for those states. Because in Georgia, you could have a MAC-10, nunchucks, switchblade, and brass knuckles, all and a pistol right here.
Yeah, you're going to definitely first you're going to get booked up in the county. You
Not
know
here.
what I mean? In
Not here.
LA, you're going to LA County Jail.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be there for quite some time, and then
Not
you're
here.
gonna get charged with all these felonies.
Not here. Here you can have nunchucks, get back whips, brass knuckles, swords.
You can't even have a whip, a get back whip here in California. I don't know if you know that or not. It's
I do know that.
So sad.
I do know that. They call it a slung shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can have all that here, but in other places, like when I get to Texas, normally when I get through Texas, I just want to take off my get back whips. I don't ride those things out to California. So anyway, I read this thing and it says, oh, when in Texas, if you get pulled over, you have to admit that you have a gun. So when I got pulled over in Texas, I said, oh, yeah, officer, I'm carrying a concealed weapon. And he was like, oh, appreciate you. No problem. That was in Texas. You know, they pulled me over to give me a ticket or whatever. And the first thing I said is, oh, I understand that if I'm carrying concealed, I must alert you guys here in Texas. Not in Georgia where I come from, but here in Texas, I will tell you. So I want you to understand that this man was following the concealed carry laws in Texas. That's what's important to know here.
So he actually was doing legally what he is supposed to do. He's following the law.
This Bandidos biker was doing what he's supposed to do, carrying a firearm. The officer pulls him over. He's supposed to say, hey, I'm carrying a firearm. This is not illegal.
So it's even that much better for him, honestly, because let's just say if he did have it in his saddlebag and he just claimed I didn't know kind of thing, and they searched him and found it, then there's an issue, right? Because that's the law there, and they would have totally used that against him, 1,000%.
They used it against him anyway.
Right, and now they're using it 100% against him while he followed the law to the T.
He followed the law to the T, but there's another law that they got him on.
Right. Let's see.
And that law is okay. So now this right here concerns me. A search of his name in a national criminal database returned results that indicated not that he's a felon, not that he has beaten his wife, not that he's crazy, not that he's an alien, not of the things that we would normally think that you would not be able to carry a gun for, but a search of the National Criminal Database indicated that he is a criminal gang member, according to the report. First of all, how in the hell did his name get on some kind of criminal database?
Right.
What is it that happened that they know he's a bandito?
I can guess. What happens is a lot of the times what happens is whether you're going to a bar and you've got a couple of guys with you and you're wearing your cut, you're wearing your stuff, that's what we do as motorcycle clubs. And you have these feds that will be parked across the street with these big ass cameras the whole time. Click, 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 click. And then they find out who the hell you are. And then they book you on a gang list right then and there. Like, they don't even have to tell you that they've put you on a gang list. All of a sudden you are. And see, how can I be put on a gang list if I haven't signed anything or even acknowledged that you've put me there? This is what's messed up.
If they don't have to let you know, so now you're riding dirty and you don't even know you're riding dirty.
Right. And it happens all the time here too.
So he's on this gang database, some kind of way, and that's the thing that I find scary. That
it's
a search of a national, he is on a national criminal database, because he belongs to this motorcycle club. So the officer arrested the man without incident. He's not breaking the law. There's no incident. He was charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a gang member. This has got to be some Second Amendment and First Amendment. You can't fly the colors of. I mean, make an entity illegal just because they don't effing like it, or just because some people in that entity got arrested for crimes at another time? That's not you. You didn't commit a crime. Now you're being held for the group crime, which is funny to me because so many police officers across America have been indicted for running dope, running drugs, raping women, beating people, killing people, murdering
Well,
people.
we know it's actively known, and because, like for instance, the LAPD, it's been forever, but they have their own gangs. These are actual
That's
gangs.
not actually known. That's alleged. We can't say that we know that on the program, but we can say it's
They've been
alleged.
charged.
They've been charged, but that doesn't mean that they've been found guilty. They
I
still
don't know.
deny it.
I don't know if they were found guilty, but I think the truth is they were found guilty for it. I think there was an
We
actual.
have to know that for sure, but
Well, I'll do more digging on that to get a fact for that. But there, you know what I mean. It is alleged, but at the same time,
it's alleged.
As of right
Absolutely.
now, but it is known about that whole fact. That, I mean, they're the biggest gang there is. Fact.
My point is, my point is, police officers break the law all across America every single day.
Yes, they do.
Yet we don't make them a gang like that and make them a criminal organization. So why, if some outlaws or bandidos or something like that break the law, their whole organization gets labeled? We don't label the whole police department. The army goes over and commits sins over in Afghanistan or whatever. A few guys, but we don't label the whole army as a criminal. Like it's political. Like who gets labeled as this criminal organization? And this right here has got to be a First Amendment issue. It's got to be a right of speech kind of issue. I have the right to wear what colors I want to wear.
It's a First Amendment right. Period.
Like I point out, you're too young to remember. I'm too young to remember. But there was a time in America where they could call you a communist and then take you off your job, move you. It was I forget. There was a list that they had in Hollywood.
So if you were listed as a communist, like that's kind of like this whole gang task force thing, But back then it was a different narrative.
They would list you as that, and they would take your job. There was a whole group of people. Man, I have to look it up. Somebody out there knows. There was this list, this communist list that they had in Hollywood. Let me see, communist list, Hollywood. The Hollywood blacklist, they called it. Yeah, here it is right here, Mikey. The 1940s, 1950s, there was a Hollywood blacklist. It was an entertainment industry blacklist put in effect in the mid-20th century in the United States during the early years of the Cold War in Hollywood. Actors, screenwriters, the directors, musicians, and other American entertainment professionals were barred from work by studios. This was really bad. Whole people lost their whole careers and everything.
So these are full-on actors, actresses in the business, and then if they got labeled as a communist, they were now, you essentially are blacklisted, and you get no more work, you get nothing, and I'm sure that you get the treatment.
But it went beyond Hollywood. You could almost be anybody for a while and lose your job. I remember this thing because I studied it as a kid. So these lists are incredible because you don't really have to have done anything wrong to get put on one of these so-called lists.
Right.
And so this is what's happened to these motorcycle clubs. These guys are being put on lists, and now we can discriminate against them and keep them from having guns, keep them from voting. In places like Australia, they can stop you from having certain kinds of jobs. They can take away your tattoo business and all kinds of stuff based on some stuff some other guys did, and all you are is a member.
Right. And all you're a part of that
Communist
organization.
Party. of the communists. You're a red. Oh no, it's now the biker party. It's now you're a Reds member of the Bandidos party. Like, are you serious? This is still going on in America.
The narratives that you just saw right there with what we just saw from the history lesson we just got there, that it is always going to be about a narrative. It's nothing ever of any substance here. It's a narrative that they want to attack. And of course, we're an easy target because, first of all, we're a secret society at the end of the day. And what brings secret societies is a whole bunch of eyes from the outside, including cops, because they're interested on what the hell you're doing, because they need to know what you're doing. So that's why they camp outside your clubhouse and sit there in a van with 20 fucking cameras, just getting everyone's motorcycles, their license plates. Dude, this is what they do. And it's so sad that because a lot of us do not even deserve whatsoever the attention like that, because we're just doing our own damn business. And we're doing good out on these streets. I can't make excuses for what happens on the streets, because things happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It happens in the world without just organizations. It happens normally.
Well,
okay?
If you do something on the street and you get your ass arrested, that's you.
Right.
That's not the whole club. That's you. You broke the law. You killed somebody.
Yes.
You moved some dirt.
Right.
And if you and 2 or 3 brothers did it, that's you and 2 or 3 brothers. That's y'all's ass.
Yep.
That's why we say don't do dirt in the club. Don't do dirt with the club. Like we read about that one member yesterday in the news story. They put it all on his club. A big member, ex-president, blah, blah, blah. But when we went to the story, not one time did they go to his clubhouse to do the dirt. The story was, well, they met him at his house. Oh, they met him near the clubhouse. They wanted to put it near the clubhouse.
They got to use that near so they can use the clubhouse.
And then they added another part of the near. He was near the clubhouse, which is next to a school. But he wasn't at the clubhouse next to a school.
It's a narrative.
We met him near the clubhouse, which was next to a school. Wow. So, your mind is like, damn, they were doing that at 2:00 in the afternoon with kids getting off school buses. That's not necessarily the narrative.
No.
And so in this case, the officer arrested the man without incident. Of course, he hadn't done anything wrong. When you pulled him over, he said, yes, I have a weapon. This is what he's supposed to do as a citizen who carries a weapon in Texas. I know this because I read it. And when I went through Texas, I made sure when they pulled me over, I know the laws. I'm an educated citizen. I have a weapon on me right now. Oh, very good, sir.
Yeah. And a story.
I was in colors at the time. Thank God it wasn't the wrong colors. Some colors
not the wrong colors. That's what it is.
A gang or whatever the case may be. Texas law prohibits members of criminal street gangs from carrying handguns in some circumstances, such as in a vehicle. I'm going to do a video called 10 Reasons Why Motorcycle Clubs Are Not Criminal Street Gangs.
Let's do that. Yes, please. Let's do that video.
I'm going to do a video because
I'm going to be a part of that.
Okay, well, we'll do a video. I'm sorry. We'll do that video. And the reason I say that is because there are so many differences between a motorcycle club and a street gang. I happen to know some of them right off the top of my head just because I've been in motorcycle clubs now for like 37 years or something in the same motorcycle club. And I have members. I know members like I'm a black dude in a motorcycle club that started in the hood, so I know many gang members, many gang members.
And I'm not gonna sit here in front and lie. Same here. You know what I mean? I grew up in Long Beach. Long Beach, California. I think you guys probably have heard it in almost every single damn West Coast rap city. That was where I lived, went to school, where I grew up. And yeah, trust me, I know about gangs. I know how heavy it is. So there is a huge difference. I've been around both cultures. Okay. So they're wildly different.
Am I faded out?
No, you're good now. While I was talking, you were going out, but I was talking, so it's all good.
I've been around many gang members, many. When I was in the military, when I was in the Navy, blah 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 blah. Grew up around them, and I can tell you there are a lot of differences between a motorcycle club and a gang. So we need to do that thing anyway. And then all this stuff about the Bandidos and other outlaw motorcycle clubs had a shootout with law enforcement. This is just balderdash, man. Balderdash. But anyway, that's the news story, man. That a guy got pulled over and arrested just for being a bandito with a gun. And this is why, if you people are not supporting A-Bait, Income, the COC, these are organizations that exist for you. They're organizations that exist for you. And I think, Mike, what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to these organizations and we're going to have their representatives on at least once a month.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that and make sure that we get, I can get my region, you can get your region. We can kind of have
COC,
we'll do something.
We'll do a COC, Income, A-Bait, and whatever other ones there are out there meeting like once a month. I know we've got the Texas Profiling Project out there, the biker radio with, I think his name is Popeye. Haven't talked to him in a long time.
What Todd J just said is really heavy. He says, I hate this place. It's all about control and power and money. The system will make people live under poverty just so they control us or push you to break the law just to survive. This is what we've come down to, our society. But hey, honestly, the police are the ones that drew the line in the sand. This is their decision. We didn't do shit really to deserve this. Maybe in the 70s.
No, not really the police. The police enforce the laws.
You're talking about the higher people above them.
These laws were made by legislatures and senates and stuff like that.
But a lot of this, being able to take away this whole Bandito situation, right? How is that legal? Is that
it's legal?
I find that to be illegal for them to be doing that. It's illegal. It's going against the Constitution.
Well, but in order for that to be so, somebody must challenge it in court.
Right, and so now you've got to sit in county for a year.
It's not against the Constitution if it's a law that's made. That's why we have checks and balances in the system. So the Senate and the legislature and all those people, they come up with a law. And now that law is the law of the land. And the only way that law is changed is through a lawsuit to a court. And then it goes up to the Superior Court. Then it goes up to the state Supreme Court. And then it goes maybe all the way up to the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States. So that's why we must support the organizations that exist to take these kinds of things to court.
Facts.
And it takes money, hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes. The Mongols paid over $1 million to fight the civil asset forfeiture attempt on their colors.
Most people don't have $1 million.
They spent $1 million and they lost the case.
Yep.
It was in the end. It came down to a judge saying, "I think I might get turned over on appeal, so I'm not going to do that."
Yep.
So
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but they lost the case.
Yeah. After $1 million.
No, it was more than that because they had a $500,000 fine.
Right. Now you're fined, and you probably got to pay for the other attorney.
The $1 million was for their attorney. They got a $500,000 fine, and God only knows what else. Maybe interest and all kinds of things. And it was over 11 years, maybe 15 years that they fought this thing. With them using detective work that was over a decade old. They're using 11-year-old detective work.
Honestly, I'm just gonna call it like it is. This shit's whack.
Whack. As far as I'm concerned, you don't really know real rap like that.
Oh, I don't know real rap.
No, you don't know what song that came in for. You don't know that song.
I may not know exactly that.
I'm this, I'm that. As far as I'm concerned, there. Whack. You don't know. You don't know.
All right.
That's the beginning of rap.
I know some beginning of the rap. All right.
That's the beginning of rap right there. You don't know that.
I can out rap you.
I don't think so.
Stop the cap.
I don't think so.
Stop the cap.
I've seen you rap.
My rap is far colder than your rap, and I'm far older.
Stop the cap.
Don't make me. Do not make me.
I don't have to say anything.
Take
Stop
your
the
young
cap.
ass out. Don't make me take your young ass out. Don't.
Oh shit.
Don't. Because I have all the tools right here. I have all the use cases.
Yeah, that's right. No, see, this is what you need. All of those effects to sound somewhat decent.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah.
I can just. You know what, Mike? I'm not getting into that, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Have you ever seen a guy ride a motorcycle with no hands? I know we've seen a guy ride a motorcycle with no leg.
Well, that is me.
That's you. But no hands.
I can ride a motorcycle with no handlebars. No handlebars.
This is crazy.
Yeah. My man's got strings attached, right?
Oh, I don't want to play the music because it might be.
Yeah. It will be copyrighted.
Might get us demonetized. Look at this guy. Like, is that? Come on, man. That you can't keep a good biker down.
Right.
They took his hands. This might be one of those countries where you steal something, they take your hands. Maybe that might have happened. Who knows? But look at your boy riding there with no hands. And that looks like an old Honda 405 Scrambler or something.
That's so rad.
Man, this right here. I have so much respect for your man right here. I guess you just really have to have the. What do you do if a dog runs out in front of you or something? Now you can't really get to the handlebars real quick. So anyway, I thought I would show that. Listen, Mike, I almost lost my dog last night.
Yeah, we did discuss that a little bit, and that is extremely sad. What happened, and dude, I'm so sorry that you had to go through so much at like 3 a.m.
So I'm very screwed up. I don't really sleep well.
No, you do not.
At night. So I have all kinds of crazy nightmares and stuff like that. I don't really sleep well. So I get up a lot and go walking 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And one of the places I like to walk is in the back of a local school. They cut this thing out of the woods, and they left all the woods and stuff behind the school. And so if you really want to get the deep woods, deep forest experience, you go walking around there late at night. Last night, 20 or more coyotes came after my dog.
While you guys were walking in the forest.
Well, no, we had been walking in the forest, and so my father kept telling me, "Hey, man, I want you to stay out of the forest at night." And yeah, I kept going back there, and we've been walking back there since COVID. First, me and Braveheart started. If you guys remember my shows, I always walk through the forest.
Yep, that's your thing.
What you guys don't know is I walk through the forest at night too, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I'm moving through the forest. I've seen a lot of crazy shit back there. So we've got this pack of coyotes here. I mean a pack. I mean a real pack. There might be like 40 of them. And they've been canvassing the area. You don't see any stray nothing around here. No stray rats, cats, mices, none of that. It's all gone. So I feel your pain, Black Dragon, on a farm in rural North Carolina. We have been battling the damn coyotes. Thankfully, my big dog keeps a good eye out on my little dog. So check this out. My dog kept making jokes. They see you. They see you and that dog. They're just plotting on separating y'all and getting y'all.
Yep.
I put a big lighted collar on him so I could see the lights and everything. And it's been cold. So I'll stand at the top of this huge hill and throw his ball half a football field damn near. With that idle thing, you can throw like a pearl with them things. And he runs down there, grabs his ball, plays with the ball, and then about 10 minutes later, he brings it up and I throw it again. Well, here lately, I've been getting lazy because it's cold and I've been sitting in the car. I'll throw the ball and jump in the car. And now, instead of looking at him the whole time, now I'm surfing on the internet and channel surfing and making videos and stuff, making videos at night and all this. So last night, I throw the ball, I look at him go get it, and I look down and I'm doing this. And when I look back up, there's no red light. There's no nothing. I got these red lights on him, these big lights, so you can see him no matter what. It's gone. I walk down to the bottom of the hill, this big, huge hill. I walk down to the bottom, and then I walk out across the whole field. It's a football field. It's 100 yards. Next to it is a baseball diamond and the tennis court. This whole middle school has all this stuff. I walk all the way to there's no dog anywhere to be seen. Just his ball. His little ball. And I'm losing my effing mind. Like, how do you disappear that fast? I just looked away from the phone like that, and he's gone off the face of the earth. I climb back up the hill, and I hear this like howling pack of wolves or something. I look back across the field and my dog is being chased by no fewer than 10 coyotes. And this dog, my dog is a Belgian Malinois. They're very physical, very fit. And he's at top speed, and these suckers are gaining on him. I jump in my car. I drive down. I jump in my truck. I drive down onto the field, trying to get to my dog. I jump out of the car, out of the truck. I grab my cane, and I forget to grab my pistol, and I go running after my dog. In the best way that a 60-year-old can run. It's hot. Okay. As I'm running to get my dog, all these coyotes from behind me that I never saw come running past me, brushing up against me like choo, choo, choo. Like, bro, we'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they brushed up against me on purpose. Like,
yeah, no, they're ready for you to show weakness, something.
Like as they were running past me, they were brushing, and these things were like these were big. These were big. They were like little small German shepherds.
Yep, they get massive, and it doesn't look like when they're that big, they've been eating good.
They've been eating real good. One of the suckers pushed me over. I stepped in a divot, It was dark. I couldn't see the ground. I stepped in the divot, and I kind of did this as he bumped me and pushed me. I lost the cane. I have this, I have a battle cane. I lost my cane. And as I'm up on my 4 knees, I look around and I'm semi-surrounded by these beasts looking at me, growling and carrying on. I reach real fast. I get my cane, and you had a gun and pulled out a cane. No, I had a gun in the car that I left the gun in the truck running to get my stupid cane, our stupid dog. So as I'm swinging this cane, these animals just stay right out of cane reach. Like they figured, oh, he's only got a 4-foot long reach here. No big deal. And they're trying to keep me from getting to my dog.
They're separating you guys. Yep.
So I get up, and I at this point I scream something like, "I'll kill you, you little shits." I'm so mad. And I'm swinging at them. I can't get to one. And they're just like right off of me. And as I take off running to where my dog last saw my dog, now they come like they're going to attack me. I stop and swing. They back off. I start to run. They look like they're going to attack me. Now, a brother is terrified. And
well, you can't show it. You can't show it to those
then
things.
I hear my dog come, and I see him. And all these coyotes
falling behind.
Yeah.
They're like gazelles going,
Yeah. And then they hit the wood line. So now I'm running in the wood line, and you can't see jack. And I keep falling over. And these little furry FUXs keep bumping me. Like seriously bumping me, like they're cutting me out of the herd or something.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm getting ready to be eaten by critters. By these, and then they had one big one. He's a brown one, golden, like a golden retriever. The damn thing was beautiful. He was about the size of my Belgian Malinois. And I could hear them in the wood. You could hear the leaves, and you could hear my Malinois was, and they're running behind him. They're just right. They're moving. Damn, they're moving as fast as he is, and you could hear the breath. You could hear it. They sounded like athletes. You could hear them breathing. You could hear them. You could hear the strength in them. It was really primal. It was primal.
That's scary.
And then the laggers were there to keep me away from my dog. And then gone. The dog's gone. The coyotes are gone. And I'm there by myself in the dark ass woods, no light, no cell phone, no nothing. Stumbling around, falling over shit like an old man. If I hadn't had that cane, I wouldn't have been able to walk. So where's this school, Black Dragon? My folks have had issues with coyotes in suburban Roswell. This is in Tucker, Georgia. This school, it's in Tucker. So but it's right in the. So I knew this guy that I had met at that school, and he told me 30 years ago when they came and they built the school, they promised everybody that they weren't going to mess up with the wildlife, and they were just going to drop this school in the middle of the forest and only take out as much forest as was necessary to have the school. And that's exactly what they did. It's on the edge of a forest, and if you take 2 steps into the forest, you're in the forest for real. Like with the grab me bushes and all that, like you can't walk. Everything is uneven. It is. And then it's all been raining. It's all wet and soggy. I fell on my hands and knees. I had mud on me everywhere trying to find my effing dog. And then you could hear this, and you could hear all the leaves rustling, and then they're gone. and then you got these little blockers surrounding me, nipping and carrying on. They never bit me, never got what I thought for any second I was going to be attacked.
Yep.
So when I get back out to the school part, the big flat land, they all back off and stay in the forest, except for every now and then one would come shooting past me as I'm trying to get to my truck. So I get to my truck, I drive back up to the top of the hill. I'm off of the track now, and I'm looking, and my dog is nowhere to be found. And I'm like, oh my God, they've killed my animal. I call the police. Well, sir, that's an animal control issue. I said, I want somebody out here to help me. And so they said, we're going to send somebody. So I'm sitting there, and I'd already been waiting about an hour and a half at this time, just waiting. And I would go back out into the forest to try to dog, and I couldn't see anything. All I had was my cell phone. So I come back, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just exasperated. I'm saying, this is all my fault. I brought my dog here. Are you listening, Mike? You're not watching.
I am. I'm keeping up with some that's going on here.
So as I'm walking through there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't find my dog. And every now and then you would see one of these coyotes. There were so many of them. One of these coyotes would run past, and you could barely see them. The way they run, it's like they hug the contour of the land, and all you see is like two ears. You see two ears, and then they pop up, and it's a big-ass coyote, and then boom, he drops back under cover, and all you saw was him just past. And they're running past me. There's no fear. They're not afraid of me. Like, you're out here by yourself, bro. Do not piss us off. And they're running past me like within like a foot of me. I see two coyotes chasing each other. I don't know whether they're mad at each other or whatever. But one is chasing me down, or chasing the other one down. And then an hour and a half goes by. And so now it's at 2 hours. And so I call a young man that watches my show. Because like most of my brothers are on their way to California right now on the Cold Run. So I call this young man that's been watching the show, a biker that I happened to meet at that school who couldn't ride his motorcycle well. And I pulled him over and started talking noise to him and like, bro, if you don't get over to my motorcycle club and let us teach you how to ride. And, I was really mean to him and everything. And the kid, he's about your age. The kid kind of glued to me. Right.
Yeah.
And I called him up in the middle of the night. It was like 3:00 in the morning. He said, my dog is gone. He's dead in the field. I don't know what to do. And he says, where are you? I'm on my way. And this is why I love bikers. Where are you? I'm on my way. He got his ass out of the bed at 3-something this morning.
Yep, he sure did.
And so now I go back to my car and I say, okay, just go to sleep.
And it's so hard to not sit there and weep.
Oh man, I was so exasperated because I kept going out and I said, man, we got to go find my dog. I've got to bury him.
Yeah, you got to find the body.
I got to bury whatever's left of him. I got to bury my dog. And he says, I'm on my way. We'll go find him. And so, as I was sitting there and I'm just kind of trying to go to sleep, I would open my eyes and see one of these coyotes come running past my car.
Like it's still nothing.
And they'd stop and look at me like, yeah, bro, it's 3 a.m. Nobody cares about you being out here. And so, like I say, they would run the contour of the land. You might only see 2 ears. And then when you see that sucker as he pops up over the hill and it's like they were looking like they were on the hunt for something. So now I'm kind of and then they would run around my car and stuff, and they'd stop and they'd look at me, and I'd be like arms reach away. And if I get out of my car with my cane, they'd take off running. I was so mad. And so then I close my eyes again. I'm thinking, well, we're just going to go find his body and we're just going to bury him. Whatever we can find, we can find. And I look down and I see another coyote circling my truck. And I looked, and it wasn't the coyote. It was my dog. It was Brutus circling the truck, and all these coyotes were out there behind him. I jumped out of the truck, and Brutus jumps in the truck, but he can't jump in the truck. He's so damn tired, he falls at the door. And all these coyotes are like trying, like they're like, when he kind of fell, they started to come in, but I was out of the truck, and I grabbed him, and I threw him in the truck, and I turned around. These coyotes are like a bite away from me, and I throw him in the truck, and he runs to the back seat and starts drinking his water like, freeze tag. I made it home. I'm at home base.
Right.
It's all good now. This guy's drinking, and I could not believe my Malinois was alive without a freaking scratch anywhere on his ass.
And guess what? Not only that, but as this is happening, you have somebody that got out of bed at 3:00 in the morning, and he shows up, and thank God, right then and there, you had found your dog. And
he showed up 1 second after the dog showed up, like 1-2 seconds. Like, man, listen,
like it was meant to be, you know.
That dog, without a scratch on him, he's looking at me like, yeah, bro, yeah, it's all good, nothing to worry about, I'm good. And I'm looking at this dog. No, how did he escape this pack of? Now, you know, my dog can climb trees and stuff. Maybe he climbed a tree. I don't know. They're very, very agile, strong dog. And the thing that I do, that I have been doing for a while, is I always thought to myself, well, what happens if a pack gets after my dog? One of the things I do when I go to that school at night is I throw him out the back, and I will drive around the school. It's like a mile, half a mile to do the whole thing. I'll drive around that school 5 or 6 times, and I'll run this dog 3 or 4 miles with him running behind the truck at full speed. And so I never wanted my dog to be a fat bastard like me. And I think maybe that helped prepare him, because we
it did. That's training
all the time. Like I've run him 4 or 5 miles. Right. And
that's a lot of, believe it or not, that's a long way.
That's a
long way, y'all.
And so your boy must have had some wind. I don't think he fought anybody because there's no blood on him. And one thing I kept thinking he might be alive, because none of the dogs that I saw, none of those coyotes, that none of them had blood on them from a kill. They weren't bloody. So listen, man, this dog is hardcore. Now,
so Wingman says this, man. I think Brutus has earned a hello to the camera as a reward for surviving.
Brutus, come here, man.
Bring Brutus on. I know.
Come here, Brutus. I don't think he's gonna get up. He's tired.
Get him on here. Hold him.
Come here. You come here. What did I say? Come here.
I hold my 125-pound Doberman on my lap.
Come here, Brutus. Brutus, come here.
Grab him.
Come here, Brutus.
He deserves it.
Get your lazy ass
up. He needs some airtime.
Come here. Brutus, come here.
It's time for airtime.
Come here, you. Come on, get up. Up. Come here. What did I say?
So Zigzag says, so get this, my brother, I'm going to mute you while you do it. Get this, my brother and I got pulled over. He goes to jail for not having a holster right. 2 months later, the gang task force pulls us over again. I have a holster now. I still go to jail. Dude, see, this is what I'm talking about. We're losing all of our rights. If you don't mind me asking, Zigzag, what state are you in? What state are you in? I'm very interested. All right, looks like he's coming up.
Come on.
We've unmuted.
So something's wrong with him, because he can barely move. His legs are hurt.
He outran all night long, dude. Like, it was hours.
Yeah, he's moving like an old ass man.
There you go.
Hey, man.
There, we're gonna get. Look, we're giving him the
You're
full
alive.
screen. You guys got the full screen right now.
You done? That's it. He wants to go back.
All
He's
right, all
limping
right.
real bad.
Yeah, he's probably a little hurt. It's
He's
understandable.
limping. He's limping real bad.
Yeah.
I guess I guess his old bones are
You know what I
he's
would
limping.
even do? You know what I would even do is though he's okay, he's blah blah blah. I would still take him to the vet and have him
I think you're right.
examined. Just
Yeah,
examined.
'cause
You know what I mean?
he's limping. He's limping real bad on his right hind quarters. He can barely
Well, you never know. He
move.
may have gotten bit there too. I mean,
No,
the
I
fur.
examined him. I examined him real. But hey, you're right.
They
I
need to
can't
do like
examine
an
myself.
X-ray. They need to do like an X-ray. You know what
But
I mean?
I think more his joints. This guy must have run his ass off. Hey, Brutus, you okay, buddy? I'm so proud of you.
But he is here. He's alive, and that's a blessing because
Yeah, I don't know, fish oil
it's
for him or something. He needs some joint something.
what they
I'm
do
sorry.
is they kill dogs. That's what they do. You know what I mean? That they're known to eat and kill dogs. It's sad.
This one would this one was my fault totally, man. But that dog, I'm so proud of that dog. Well, when I found him, he'd been out in the wild for a while when I found him. Skinny as all hell.
Oh, so Zigzag is in Texas. Okay, that's rough. Anyways, go ahead.
Steve says my dog has the same situations that wore him out, and he is always sore for a few days, especially the bigger breeds have sore joints. Okay, he's limping like hell. He wasn't limping like this last night. He can barely move. I'm gonna go get him
He could
a
be
massage.
sore. He could be
I'm gonna go
totally
down to
sore as all hell. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna go down to the Chinese place and get him a sexy woman to massage him.
There you
It's
go.
only $60 for an hour. I mean, I don't know that. That's
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're just guessing.
That's what I heard it cost.
That's what you heard. That's what we heard on YouTube, right?
I heard it cost that. Oh my goodness. So
yeah.
Anyway,
the outlaw preacher, 100% sounds like God had his hand on you and your dog. That turned out to be a blessing.
man, listen, that was scary. I wasn't really thinking about me. I wanted my dog. I was crying, man. I was like, my dog. And outlaw preacher, I think you've met my dog, right? Or were you here when I had the big dog? You met the little dog. So anyway.
Shout out to Canada, by the way. Appreciate you guys being in here.
Oh yeah, what's up, Canada? So is that Biker News Canada or just Canada? Hey,
no, just we got Stefano from Alberta, Canada. I'm gonna give it to him.
How do you know it's Stefano and not Stefano?
Man, don't even try me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to try you.
Stop the cap.
You like the entertainment. It's all good. Man, what a blessing. It's a terrible way to start a morning, okay? But it ended with
I wanted to call you last night, but it was really late. It was like probably 1 or 2 in the morning for you.
See, I would have answered, but I was between, I guess, us now. I've been sick for the last 3 days. So it's been extremely hard for me sleep-wise. Like it's terrible. It's been terrible.
Everybody I called last night, nobody woke up. Just this one biker, and he.
There's only like 3 or 4 people in my life that I will drop everything I'm doing to answer the phone.
His name is Samuel, and
you're one of them.
Sam, thank you so much, man, for coming in the middle of the night to help me walk in the forest with all these animals to go find and bury my dog. I mean, I asked him to come help me do a gruesome task, and he got up in the middle of the night and rode his ass. When he got to me, he was so tired. I could see he could barely ride that motorcycle. He says to me, Dragon, get in your car, get in your truck, and don't bring your ass back to this. Do not bring
You
your
know,
ass back to this park
don't honestly.
in the middle of the
It's
night
not
again.
worth it. You know what's there. It's not worth it. Remember what we're talking about, thinking tactical, right? So how do we make it impossible to fail? Do not go there
Hey,
anymore.
this, this, there were a lot of coyotes. I couldn't believe it. And then at some point, I heard them all like together, oh, like off it somewhere in like, way deep in the forest, like they were having a victory thing. That's where I thought they had my dog had caught him. That's where I was heading to that noise.
Well, I mean, you were looking for the
And
body.
right, I was looking for
That's what's
whatever
going.
would be left.
That's what's going on in your head at that time. Is I just got to find the body or pieces or whatever, so I can do a proper burial
A proper
or
burial, right?
service or whatever you're gonna do. So it's so sad to be like in that mind frame. You guys got to
Right.
think about that. You're in that mind frame. You're not looking for your dog where you're going, he's alive, he's fine, blah, blah, blah. I just got to find him.
I
No,
just
he's
gotta find his
legitimately
body.
thinking that he's dead.
Yeah, I thought he was gone. There was no
And to me,
way.
that's extremely sad. I mean, I'm more sad about a dog than a human. You know what I mean?
There was
So
no way that he was going to survive all those coyotes attacking him. But
no.
maybe they never caught him, or maybe when they did, maybe he was too tough. Maybe he climbed a tree. He climbs trees and stuff, and this guy jumps over like any Malinois. He can go
They're
straight
just
up.
very athletic. Very
Yeah,
athletic.
maybe he found a wall and got his ass up.
Hey, they're smart. They're smart.
Somebody said, I'd like to see Brutus' reaction to you going back there. He'd probably stay in the car. Like, nah, bro, I'm good.
And Steve concurs with me. Same here, Mike. People suck, but dogs are great. Hey, man, dogs are loyal and they're about it for you for real. They truly. That's called unconditional love.
Yeah.
Not many humans are even capable of showing unconditional love.
I'm gonna try to get him some kind of joint medicine or something because he
Yeah.
really is limping.
Well,
hard.
I would say, like I said, get him examined. It's not a big deal. He's
He's in
obviously
pain.
alive. He's in pain,
Maybe
right?
I'll give him a hot bath or something. Yeah,
yeah, get him fixed up.
yeah. He needs a bath or a hot bath or something. Hey, listen. Last night though, he wasn't limping. Last night he was just tired. That guy
The
drank.
adrenaline. Well, it's probably the adrenaline that he was going through that kept him.
He drank so much water, and then he laid in the back of my truck and went his ass straight to sleep, bro. Out cold. He didn't even want any food last night. We had a tough one, man. I called Tia. I said, Tia, my dog is dead. She said, just keep a positive mindset. Stay there till the morning and see if he doesn't return.
Yes, it's PMA, man. Positive mental attitude.
That's her calm ass. She's from Chicago. She's seen everything growing up.
She can handle it.
She's so calm. Hey, don't worry.
Yeah. Hey,
I want to tell her positive. Have you been out here and seen these animals?
Yeah. How are you going to tell me to calm down? Yeah. Yeah. How are you going to tell me to calm down in this situation when I just saw this?
She's like, whatever you do, don't leave. Because I was going to go home, man. I was heartbroken. She said, whatever you do, don't leave. Coyotes carry rabies. I know that they do, but my dog has all his shots up to date. But you're right. I do need to get him I'm going to make an appointment for him right now as soon as we get off and get him over there.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So you didn't mean, okay. Yeah. The other one I lost in very close, the same kind of thing. So anyway, she said, hey man, just keep a positive attitude and just stay there till in the morning until she returns. So he won't be trying to find his way back home and get hit or something. And so I stayed there. And about, I don't know, right around close to about 4 a.m. or something, he showed his ass back up. So that's the That's my second. That's my third bout with coyotes and a dog. The first time when me and Braveheart were out on the highway and we slept out at like a restaurant. We slept out in a sleeping bag and we got surrounded by coyotes. They were trying to get my little 18-pound dog. And then the second time, a coyote ran after after Braveheart and almost got him at that same field. And then the third time was last night. No more coyote stories, man. I'm done. And if you drive around late at night around here, around this place, you will see them big suckers running through the neighborhoods. What is this?
No, my bad. It automatically goes up, and I hate that when I'm just trying to prepare something. So keep going.
Some wingman said, Tia is a wise woman. If you had given up hope, Brutus probably wouldn't have made it through the night. Yeah, he was pretty tired.
And listen to Steve, too, what he says here. Stick to fenced-in areas and the parks at night, big fella.
Yeah. No, hey, listen. That place has a diamond, a baseball diamond that's completely fenced in.
Should have stayed at the diamond.
So check this out. Those coyotes were coming out of the diamond. How the hell did they get in the? There's only one gate in and one gate out.
Well, they're probably jumping the fences because those,
or they've got a hole or something.
Or a hole to bury, get underneath.
They came out of the diamond. That I was totally blown away by how that thing became Coyote City at 3 a.m, 2 a.m. It was like no longer human. Coyotes are pest animals, and you can hunt them at night in a lot of places.
So, believe it or not, in the city where I grew up as a late teenager in Orange County, it's a huge, obviously, city. It's a mega city, and you're allowed to kill them there because they have a big coyote problem as well, and you're allowed to kill them.
I wanted to shoot every coyote I saw last night.
I'd like to say if I were in your position, I would have blasted every single one.
I'm just not But
you're going to be careful because you are on school property.
Right.
So that's where you got to think tactically, I guess, here. Right. You can't go too extreme.
I tell you what, I'm just not, if they had gotten them, I would have been like, well, it's Mother Nature and they had to eat, and I would have just been heartbroken. I wouldn't have gone on a coyote binge after that, killing every coyote I ever saw.
Right.
But the thought was on my mind. I thought my Brutus was gone. I more was mad at myself than the coyotes. I shouldn't have had me and the dog down. I should never have gotten separated. As a matter of fact, if we hadn't gotten separated, the dog would have been back to back with me, and we'd have fought those suckers like, back to back. But, Papa says suppressor technology's gone a long way.
Just saying.
Just saying.
He wouldn't
know. He wouldn't know. He's just saying. All right. So anyway, that was my craziness for the night, and I never really got to sleep, Mike. I laid up tossing and turning.
You're probably going to sleep after this. That's probably what you're going to do.
So close to me, I was holding him, and he doesn't like affection like that. He's like, "Let me go, bro."
He wants he's his own individual.
Yeah. Let me go. Like you're nothing here. I lived outside alone before you ever met me, bro.
Right. Like you think this is something new to me? Yeah.
Just found the nearest 10-foot wall and climbed it.
Yep. Just like that robber.
Yeah, just like that robber.
Hopped over that fence like nothing.
Yeah, with Brutus on his butt. And then I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do without my bodyguard?
For real.
Everywhere I go, I got this big animal with me.
Yeah, I can't imagine not having mine.
I feel like Rin Tin Tin when I'm walking around. And now it's just going to be, instead of John and Brutus, it's just going to be John. Good one today. Glad your pup is okay. And like always, be safe and y'all enjoy the day. Yeah, it's a good time for us to end here. An hour and 14 minutes.
what I'm gonna do is one of the songs that we were playing while we were in the intro is, and I know that a lot of you guys know who he is, and I know that Steve Easy, my brother over here, pointed it out. OG Yogi, I saw it. I know there's a lot of OG Yogi fans, so I'm gonna show the music video that I produced myself. We were in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Will we get
Okay.
demonetized for that?
No, this is my song. Okay.
All right.
And the music video, you guys got to remember, it's kind of low quality because we went to Sao Paulo, Brazil to do this mega.
No down talking the video.
But I'm just saying, I'm being realistic.
No down talking.
Listen, I didn't have DSLR cameras and all of that like crazy camera stuff. We had cell phones, stuff like that. So we made the best possible. But I want to show you guys this.
No down talking the video. How many people out here have made a video, right? Okay, so they haven't. You have. So we're going to see your video, bro, the way it is.
I appreciate you. Well, we're going to leave it out with this. This is my brother, OG Yogi. It's called Ride Hard. It's all about motorcycles, man. Let's get it. Me and big homie right there. Yes, sir. Wanted to leave you guys off with a little something. You know what I mean? That was a double world record.
That's why you don't downplay the video. It looked great, man. What the hell are you talking about?
I appreciate that. You know, well, now the music videos that are being produced, it's different level now. But that's the best I did back when we went to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and set a double world record. Guinness Book of World Records actually flew there and had 3 representatives to record everything. We got the largest pack, one club, one pack, 6,456 people in one pack registered in one club.
Wow. Yeah.
We took over 4 lanes all the way from Sao Paulo, Brazil to Rio de Janeiro and back. Because we have like, along that route, we have about like maybe about 40 clubhouses.
Wow. Wow. That's really impressive. Well,
I
Mike,
appreciate you guys.
doing your thing, man. Doing your thing,
Well,
man.
we're doing
And
it.
that's
We're
why
doing it.
I have you on my channel. I mean, come on.
Hey, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
Monko.
I know what I'm doing. I discovered you.
you
I
did?
need a 10%. I need a 10%, finder's fee or something.
Oh, okay. Well, where's my fee?
Manager's fee. Yeah, manager's fee.
Oh, well, you
Yeah.
hadn't even seen
Even
the
though
video.
you're the one that's telling me what to do, but yeah.
But much
Hey,
love
Mike,
and respect to everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this long.
Yeah.
It means the world to us. You guys, if we didn't have you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for
And
being
mine too.
here, supporting, and as well, Black Dragon. Black Dragon, thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. And I'm honored to be your co-host. You know what I mean? It's always a fun time, and I always look forward to it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Hey, and if you guys want to support the show, Mike, show them how you can support the show. And we are getting out of here. Hey, man, love you guys all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.